The United States has the world's largest prison population and the highest rate of incarceration per capita. With just 5% of the world's population, it has nearly a quarter of the world's prisoners. Louisiana State Penitentiary, otherwise known as Angola Prison, is the largest jail in the United States. Angola Prison was founded in 1880 on the site of a slave plantation. The prison site covers an area as large as Manhattan. It contains around 6,000 prisoners. Most of them are on death row or serving a life sentence. 4 out of every 5 are African Americans. Strangely, the prisoners who are detained here are required at times to perform for the public. Every weekend in October each year, Angola Prison holds a rodeo. Most of the participating cowboys are inmates. It's open to the general public. A ticket costs $20.
Angola has the longest running and best known prison rodeo in the nation. It is like the Roman gladiators, yes, it is bred and circusy.
The prisoners who participate in the performance are given a brief taste of freedom. At the same time, the rodeo brings in millions of dollars for the prison each year. Arthur Reed was once a local gang leader. He served numerous prison terms for attempted murder and drug dealing.
Macing, beatings, killings, all of this takes place inside of the prison system. So you have individuals that recently that was beaten to death and his spine was broken, but it was labeled as a suicide by hanging.
During his years of incarceration, Reed got used to the prison violence. But what really shocked him was the relationship between prisons and slavery, which he thought had been consigned to history long before. Reed realized that what was happening at Angola Prison was a modern form of slavery. In 1865, with the end of the American Civil War, the 13th Amendment was enacted. Although it ostensibly abolished slavery, it contained a major source of ambiguity.
The 13th Amendment is one of the greatest kind of trickster acts in the history of our country, because the 13th Amendment outlawed slavery, but it outlawed slavery with a serious loophole, and that is except in punishment for a crime. So what it did was essentially it legalized slavery in the context of incarceration.
In many ways, incarceration replaced slavery. It became an alternative way that was consistent with the Constitution to control black bodies and black labor.
Unrelenting work, overbearing guards, and violence all were inherited from the slave plantations and fermented racial hatred.
Slavery was never over. It just evolved into an acceptable form to keep black people in the position that they are because someone's benefiting off of it. If no one was benefiting off of it, they would fix it.